Friends, welcome to my channel MP Educate. I am Mita Parekh. Let us discuss the most important diagram based question of the chapter number 5. Friends, as there is so many diagram based question are there and these all are very important, so I will go little bit faster side. And if you know the problem and all these things very well, then just go through the which diagram based question are important. Here, the schematic of which power plant is shown in the diagram. So, from diagram only we can see this is about thermal power plant. What is the fuel used in the plant? As we know, coal is used as the fuel in the thermal power plant. What are the problem? So, here, due to the burning of the coal, there is the emission of the gases like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen oxide, which are harmful to earth. Along with this, there is the emission of the soot particle, which cause the respiratory health problem. Now, here the reservoirs of the coal are limited, so in the future generation, it may be not available. Here, we have to draw the generation of the electricity as well as transformation of the energy. Here, the coal is used as a fuel. Here, there is a boiler for conversion of the water into the steam. Due to this, the steam turbine is rotated, and along with that, there is a generator which rotates and electricity is produced. Here, the energy transformation is the chemical energy of the coal is transferred into the thermal energy, which is transferred into the kinetic energy of the steam, and kinetic energy of turbine and electricity is produced. Let us move to our next diagram based question. Here, with the schematic of the power plant shows in the diagram. So, it is about the nuclear power plant. What is the fuel used in the plant? We know uranium and plutonium is used as the fuel. State the problem. Here, the production after the product after the fusion of the nuclear fuel are also radioactive and emits the harmful radiation. The product are called nuclear waste. How to dispose this nuclear waste is the big challenge before the scientists. An accident in the nuclear power plant may be very fatal. This is because accident may result in release of the very harmful radiation. Now, we have to draw the flow chart for the generation of the electricity as well as the flow chart of the electric energy production. So, here in the nuclear reactor for the nuclear fission. Here there is a nuclear reactor for the nuclear fission. Now, here is the system for the steam generation from the water, which rotate the steam turbine. Steam turbine rotate the generator and the electricity is the produced. Here the nuclear energy of the uranium and plutonium is transferred into the thermal energy, which converted into the kinetic energy in the steam, and then kinetic energy in turbine and electric energy is produced. Friends, here it is a same diagram based question as we learned above. This is about the nuclear power plant, and we have already learned the problems and the energy transfer. But here we have to explain the process. When the neutron is bombarded on the uranium 235, it absorbs the neutron and it converts into the isotope of the uranium 236. As the uranium 236 is extremely unstable, it converts into the beryllium and krypton. Along with the 3 neutron is released and 200 megawatt energy is released. Here, the neutron release in the radioactive reaction release more energy through the fission of the more uranium nuclei. The process of uranium 235 atom continues and it is called as a chain reaction. But in the nuclear power plant, it is a controlled chain reaction result in release of the thermal energy, which is used for the generation of the electric energy. Let us move to our next diagram based question. Which energy is produced? So here electric energy is produced from the natural gas. Now, is this energy is eco-friendly? Why? Yes, this energy is eco-friendly because the natural gas do not contain sulfur, burning of the natural gas result in the less pollution. So it is eco-friendly. We have to draw the chart for the transformation of the energy. Here the chemical energy in the natural gas is converted into kinetic energy generated due to the combustion of the natural gas. Here the kinetic energy is generated. This kinetic energy is used to rotate the turbine which rotate the generator and the electricity is produced. In the examination, they can ask about the transformation of the energy. So here, due to the compression of the pressurized air, there is a combustion chamber and the natural gas is combust. And due to this, the gas turbine is rotated and here the generator is connected to the gas turbine and the generator rotated and electricity is the produced. Let us move to our next diagram based question. Here, which process is shown in diagram? So, this is the electric energy production through the wind energy. Give step by step energy conversion in this process. So, here, kinetic energy in wind is converted into the kinetic energy in turbine which rotate the generator and the electricity is produced. Is this process is eco-friendly? Explain. And what are the disadvantages of this process? Now, as we learn that this process is eco-friendly as the wind energy is clean energy and the wind energy do not produce the sulfur particle or any other pollutant while combustion of as there is a no combustion of the gases. Now, what are the disadvantages? Here, see, the wind energy is generated here. The wind velocity necessary for the wind energy generation is not available everywhere. So, in that case, use of the wind energy is very limited. And the wind velocity is usually high on the seashore and the environmental is appropriate for the installation of the wind turbine. So we have to find out that places where we can install the windmill. So it is very difficult to find out the places. Now here this is also very important diagram based question. Name the power plant. As we know it is the thermal power plant. Now write down the advantage and disadvantage of the thermal power plant using the solar energy. So this power plant basically based on the solar energy. So what are the advantage of the solar energy? The solar energy is the green energy. It is the renewable and does not cause any pollution. Solar panels used for the generation of the electricity require the less maintenance. With the help of the solar energy, electricity is possible to be generated even in the most remote, inaccessible location where the electric power lines cannot be laid. Now, what are the limitations of the solar energy? The electricity generation based on the solar energy is weather dependent and hence it is the less reliable. In winter and in cloudy days, the production become less. The whole setup of the panel require lot of space to generate considerable amount of the electricity. The initial cost of the solar panels is sufficiently high. Sometimes they can ask about the energy transfer in the solar power plant. So concentration for collecting sun rays, absorber for the absorbing the concentration sun rays, and the steam is produced and the steam turbine is rotated and it rotates the electric generator and the electricity is produced. Friends, have you seen that the sub question of the diagram based question are the too simple to give answer. Please do label the diagram as well as the diagram based question and get 40 out of 40 marks in your Science 2 paper. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe my channel.